All right, we're in the home stretch. This is part 3. Got some lunch. Got a chance to troubleshoot what was happening with the tool head. Turns out it was just a loose connection. So I'm going to pull this guy off for the moment because we're going to need to reroute it somehow. There we go. So now the next step is to put the back panel on. Oh, and another thing I did while I was offline is I went ahead and reinstalled the poop chute covering. And so now this thing should just fit on, which it does, because we already know that. Oh, I must have knocked off one of the anti-vibration shoes. We'll get that fixed later. All right. So let's go ahead and get this back panel on. Just kind of hang it off of here for the moment. And get these guys screwed in. Now obviously you want that to be up, see? Got to get rid of that. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of these still on now that I'm looking at it. So I got to pull these off real quick. Oh man. Okay. So, not sure why Bambu doesn't mention this, but there's definitely, so there's one screw here. See, so I guess I'm covering up this screw. Let me see if I got any others here. That is gonna be there and open. Okay, so the rest of them are there. Good. So now let's go ahead and get these all lined up. Get the first screw set and start going to town. Now there is a fair amount of screws in this back panel. Fortunately, they're way more accessible than the ones in most of the other panels. Try and make these all flush. Okay. Now it does require some longer screws at other parts. I think down here and here. But I'll get to those in a moment. I didn't leave a screw there, did I? No. Just not lined up for some reason. So this has been quite the process, I gotta say. Not sure. Not sure why that's not going in. Not entirely sure if I'm a fan of the way the directions are going, or the way the directions are done, but you know, at the same time, I think when you're dealing, like I mentioned in the last video or in the last section, you know, sometimes they're just dealing with stuff that's been dated for whatever reason, and you know, it was the first version of the upgrade guide, and then they made some small improvements to make the upgrading process a little bit more palatable. Yep, there's one right there. Of course I missed that. So, not the end of the world. Certainly, and I've seen worse, for sure. And I don't care who you are, doing content where you're uploading, you know, non-evergreen content. That meaning that stuff that's going to change over time. It's kind of daunting. It really is it's a big task to do it right, and then have to make any like changes when the software gets updated or the hardware gets updated. Then you're just kind of leaving it to the user to figure it out. Tutorial content is notorious for that. That's why a lot of times when people make videos, they have to specify what time frame that video is for. All right, so I believe, let me look at the video real quick here. 4 screws. Okay. So doo-doo-doo. Oh, I got to remove one of them, I just noticed. This is where the spool holder goes. And I've got those here. The spool holder here. Now, I'm using the spool holder for now because I don't have an AMS. And I've learned to work without an AMS, especially given the amount of filament waste that happens with an AMS. Not that I'm concerned about that. I mean, obviously you would build that into the cost of whatever product you're trying to sell. But, and I wouldn't characterize myself as somebody who's ecologically minded or worried about ecological issues. But at the same time, I hate throwing away a bunch of stuff. It just for the sake of the fact that there's no other alternative. So for me, the AMS it's a nice to have, especially given the content that or the products that I'm making right now with this printer, but it's not a requirement for me and by any stretch to have this, working. I think if I were to do it, I just have to, whoa, that was interesting. Did I miss the hole? I did. I think I would have to have some way to justify the usage of the AMS for a product that I was making. I can certainly see doing things where multicolor prints along the sides of a model instead of doing it on the Z-axis, like for the like what I'm doing right now for the microphone stuff that I'm working on right now. That you don't really need to have an AMS for that, but the stuff that would be printed on the side, I think it would be nice to have. Or you design the model so that you print those in parts, right? And then you just use those parts and you do some post-processing. People don't like to do post-processing, but I was, again, I'm just looking at the numbers, the amount of time that AMS adds to a print just seems kind of silly to me. Almost like sometimes 10x. It's like, geez, do you really, is it that important? And I guess you could say so, but okay. So the spool holder is installed. And did I skip some stuff here? Probably. Don't have any comments, so let's just turn that off. 4 screws. Okay, so we got 9 screws at 4.5. Okay, which I believe are all these. So I should be able to get... It seems like the corners, for some reason, are longer. Don't know why. That wobble's going to drive me crazy. Okay. Say anything about screwing in the fan, but I guess you don't need to. Fan's being held in place by those posts. I'm guessing I have to do here and here. Oh, that's not long enough. Okay. So 1, 2. Getting a little bit of a bulge here. I wonder what that's about. Looks like the metal's almost... Something's up here. Let's see if we can fix that. Oh, that's clearly not long enough, whatever this was. Huh. Okay. Well, that's frustrating because that means I'm going to have to pull all of these off. Just because of that one little lip right there. Well, is what it is. You got to do it. Do it once. Do it right. Just doesn't make for exciting contact. You know what I'm saying? Is there a way I can stretch it at this point? No. Okay, it is on there. So yeah, just a heads up when you're installing this back panel, make sure you don't do what I just did and install it with that lip somehow completely disengaged. I don't understand why that is, but where else am I connected here? At the bottom, of course. All right. Okay. No. All right. Now we are on there, and that's not long enough. Okay. Ah, dang it. If it's not one thing, it's something else. Urgh. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Huh. Nope. Told you Google Voice. Not answering the phone while I'm online. Okay, this is going to be problematic because now I've got a situation. That screw is stripped out. Somehow it got stripped. Or the head got stripped. And I can't really seem to get a hold of it. Huh, it is way stripped in there. All right, Bambu, you done did me dirty. Okay, let's see if I got something else in my Allen wrench set up here. Well, this kit, is that too big? That's too big. No. Okay, so what not to do is strip out your screws. This is driving me crazy. Get this back in here. Okay. So I am left with a little bit of a dilemma here in that I cannot seem to get this out. Yeah. It is stuck. And I don't believe, well, I may be able to get this guy out somehow. In which case, just need some needle nose. Let me go get the needle nose and you can hear me walk upstairs. So walking up to the studio, getting some needle nose, and I believe that'll give me the opportunity to pull that grommet through, and then we are set. That should work. Wow, this has been one challenge after another. This is the one thing I didn't want to have happen, though. Something that's irreversible like this, because this printer, now, you're never getting that back panel off. Or, well, I mean, I guess you can. It's just not going to be that easy. But there we go. There we go. At least now I can do that. Okay. Not the end of the world. Got it fixed. Let's get back to it. Interesting challenges all around today. Definitely over torquing things. With, we'll just call them inexpensive screws, can lead to a not so pleasant experience. I've got to find something long enough here. I believe this is one. Yep. But all in all, I think we're good. Just don't want to do that to too many of the screws, and then we're stuck. Okay. Kind of racing against the clock here. We got still school here up in Seattle, so trying to get this all done before the family comes back home. Oh, that didn't do anything. Okay, we got a couple of screws here. I believe that's for that. Let me see. No, not for that one. Maybe one of these coarse ones. Yep. Coarse screws for the plastic. All right. What else we got here? Got a screw here. Got to do. And sorry, I'm looking at the last little settings here. Okay, I got to get this guy back on. I did put a screw in there. What are you thinking, Jeremy? Okay. Wish I knew like some of the good, like reliable poop chute kits that are out there. Like, I don't know. There's so many of them. I don't know if you guys, if anybody ever does watch the video here, if you have recommendations, it'd be really good to know if there's one in particular that works well. I've got one that works pretty good. It sits underneath the spool, and it looks really nice, but it's also, it falls off pretty easy too, which kind of drives me nuts. Okay, I'm letting the video play in the background. I'm not paying attention. Okay, so this has me put the spools. You could say go here. And so it does have me put screws where the fan is, which is no problem. Kind of fatties. Let's see if this works. No. Oh, it's just on that one. Okay. Never mind. Let's see. Whoops, sorry. You don't have to listen to the bamboo music. I mean, it's solid back here for sure. So I think we're good. There was a screw. Yeah, there was a bigger screw that went up top here, right above the power supply. There we go. Locks that sucker in place. Then, let's see, the front cover installation. Okay. Okay, so it's basically the reverse of taking off the P1P. Okay, that's easy enough to do. Let's go ahead and turn this around again. Why does it keep unmuting? Okay, stop. There we go. All right, front cover installation. There's some screws here that never were called for, so I don't think I missed anything. But you never know. Okay. So let's get this cover. There we go. And then this thing. Little green doodad. And then this is going to sit on top, I believe. Or is it going to slide behind? What's it doing? Okay, so put those two pieces on. that. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Oh, because this is P1P. Duh, Jeremy, what's wrong with you? It's getting late in the day, guys. I am pretty sure that I am spent pretty hard here. Been at this since early this morning. And I knew it was going to be a project. That's why I gave myself the whole day. There it is. Okay. This is what we meant to get. This is that part. And then this part. Okay. And slide it this way. Okay. It's in there. Some screws back in. And one more course. There we go. All right. Do they have you put the front face back on? It looks like they did. Yeah, okay. So SD card back in. Front plate. Connect back up. And that sometimes easier. I swear these these assembly kits are made for people with much smaller hands than I. Okay. That is in. And slide that cable back in there. And then, oops, and go like that. Okay. We're good there. And let's see what's next. Okay, so 2 magnets. I know where those are. I've seen them. My fingers are freaking destroyed right now. Okay, so magnet there. Whoa, not there. Come on, go on the indentation. You can do it. Come on. So close. There we go. All right. Oh, and then the gasket, which is right here. Nothing to it. Looks like it just lines up along this way. It looks like the outer portion. So looks like it goes just like this. Try and dry fit it, test fit just to make sure. That looks like it's it. All right, Easy enough. Let's go ahead and slide that in. I don't want to stretch it too much. Trying to get it aligned. There we go. Just right inside. I'm not sure why it's shorter or longer, actually. I don't think I did anything. I don't think I stretched it out. Of course, I'm stretching it down, but okay. Almost seems like it needs to be cut. Huh, okay. Well, I don't want it to bubble up like that, though. Gotta figure out where all this excess goes. There we go. It's not as flat as I want it to be, but it's not really poking out. It's just, oh, right there it is. But I think you just got to smash it down. Make sure the magnet indentations are where the magnets are, so you make maximum contact. And then if you want to, you can get in there, kind of jam stuff up a little bit. I'm not a fan of this, though. Definitely not a fan. Well, magnet's right there, though. Okay, that's better. All right. I mean, if it's going to be there for, this is the one part that you'll see like the most. And if it's not in alignment, you're going to go crazy. Okay. Looks better, but still not the best. It's just this one little part right here. Oh, wow. Okay, now the glass front. What do they say to use for those? Nothing. Nothing in particular, just whatever you want. Those don't look like anything special. I mean, still loose. That I'm not a fan of. Something that sits a little smaller, a little shorter maybe. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see what the action on the door is like. There is no indication. See, like this kind of play almost feels like I'm missing something. That is trash. All right. There is something missing because there is definitely not, this is not acceptable. There's another gasket here that the video makes no reference to. I believe this is for the top, but let me make sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty dang sure it's for the top. Probably goes right here, huh? No? Doesn't go there. All right, let's see. I'll watch the video a little bit more because they don't say anything, okay, about the front glass. Well, they don't really say anything, gang. And I can't imagine that the glass fit would be that loose. And that screw head goes right through. Let me look and see if, I mean, is it these finally? No. All right, well, let's look around, see if we find any more screws. That says for X1. Ah, maybe these? There's no reference to them, but I believe these are they. I believe these are the washers. I bet if there's 8 pieces, we're golden total. 4 of each. Yep, there is 4 of each. Okay, so I believe this is what you do. Yep. No reference to that at all. Good one, guys. Oh, what? Okay, no, that probably works. That squares. Okay. We put these on. They might pop off. Yep, they pop off. It's okay. That is okay. Fit them around. And then, I don't think this is, I think this is a tiny screw. I don't know. There we go. That's what we wanted. This whole time, it's all we wanted. Okay, there's that. So it's just the rubber grommet that goes around, and I knew there had to be something. And this makes perfect sense. And then this one last little guy. Come on, shift around. Don't make me smash you down. Which I will do. All right. Ta-da! All right, here we go. Move the mic close by. And then this one. Nice. Like that. Look at that. I think it's like official now. Now, all I need to do is put this top piece on. But again, I think there's got to be a gasket. That gasket's got to go back there. It's got to. But I will do some research first. All right, so I'm swinging around here. There you have it. Fully upgraded Bambu P1P, and now is a P1S. And that only took a grand total of, I mean, if you take the hour out, maybe 4 hours. And that was also struggling with some of the stuff. So, I mean, not the worst, definitely not the worst. The struggles were really more about, let me go over to Ecamm here. Struggles were really more about just trying to figure out where things went in the absence of some proper communication from Bambu, but nothing so crazy that couldn't figure it out on your own. I mean, it definitely, for sure, if you're new to this kind of stuff, take your time. And hopefully there's some things in this video that you can reference, especially like those back screws that just completely stopped me in my dead in my tracks. Definitely keep an eye out for those, because I don't really, I couldn't find anywhere in there. Now, maybe if I had done some research ahead of time, I might have been able to get it or know about it beforehand. But I mean, that kind of stuff, just it should be documented, like by Bambu somewhere in the official upgrade documentation. So, but that's it. And I'm gonna take it back upstairs to the studio and hopefully start printing with it tonight. And fingers crossed, I'll have some content coming off of it. I'll have some videos coming out. I haven't been lax in making videos. I've just been so busy with getting the business off the ground that there's just so many things that you know, prototyping and things like that, and getting contacts and all that fun stuff. So more content to come, and I'm glad I got this done. So hope you learned something from this. This live will be up for a little bit, and then I'm gonna take all 3 hours of it and probably distill it down into something that is more palatable, you know, like a half-hour video. And if I can interject places, I will absolutely do that. You know, just kind of going back with my notes and everything. So thanks for looking into this. And if you have any questions, shoot them down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Take a look at the other videos that are up there. They're a little bit more polished. This is my first live with this channel. So, and I knew this was going to be a tough one to do. So, you know, it was. Trying to, you know, talk to myself or talk to you guys while I'm also getting things done, and then running into little snafus from time to time. Yeah, that was a challenge. So I appreciate your patience, and I will catch you in the next one. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.